Hello, it's Anna, and today I am coming to you from the lettuce that I planted earlier this spring. As you can see, it's gone completely to seed. All these little white clouds are the cottony pieces attached to the seeds that we will be harvesting shortly. There are a couple of different ways to harvest them, so I will show you one way and then we will go over to the table to show you a couple of other ways that I'm going to try and how I am going to store it for the winter. So let's start with the smaller piece down here off camera, and I'll show you an up-close view of what it looks like. All I did was cut off just below this cluster, and as you can see, it does look a lot like dandelions. That's because it's in the same family as the dandelion. You know, if you've ever taken a dandelion and blown on it, it works the same way. So one way to harvest it is to go ahead and just pull on these little cottony pieces. I'm going to take this little puff right here, pull it out, and it comes right out. No, if you can see it. Yeah, the seeds are right on top right here. Try to see if it can focus in. You can do it this way for all of these. The downside with that process is that it's very time consuming, and we really don't want to spend a lot of time harvesting because you need a lot of seeds to get your lettuce for the following spring. So I'm going to pull out a few more of these, and then I'll take you over to the table and show you a couple of other ways that I'm going to try to see if I can do this a lot faster. This is my first time harvesting lettuce seed, so it's an experiment and you can follow along with me and see what works and what doesn't. Back, and now it's time to go ahead and start to harvest. I have some craft paper here. It's actually just a paper grocery bag that I pulled apart to give me a more closed surface to harvest these on. And as I harvest, some of the seeds might fall off, so it would be really easy to just roll it up like this and clean it up once that happens. The first thing I'm going to try is I have this standard paper picnic bag that I will try to use to harvest and shake the seeds. So first we're going to harvest this. This lettuce is a bib lettuce, which means it's kind of a small head lettuce. You can see the leaves are a little bit curled. When it's harvested, it's only about yay big around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and fit this head completely inside this standard brown picnic bag, and I'll shake it and see if I can pull out the seeds there. But first of all, I'm seeing the aphids fall off. So I'm going to tap it and get rid of the aphids first and see if that'll help. Nope, those seeds are falling off, but the aphids are not. So I'll go ahead with my original plan and put them inside the bag and then just pick out the aphids later. So I'm going to close it this way, like this, and then I'm going to close it, and then I'm just going to tap, 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 tap. That worked. There's still quite a bit stuck in here. I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of seeds inside right here. So it might be easier to just go ahead and pull these anyway. Yeah, that might be the best way. So I got a few, but I'm not too happy with the amount. Here, I'll show you. Let's see. This out here. Yeah, so there's a few down here, but I want a lot more. So I think I will just go ahead and do it the hard way and just pull it out one by one. Actually, yeah, there we go. Here's the way to do it. So just gently rub all the ends and it falls off. So here. Looks like I got most of them. You don't need to be perfect, just get as much as you can. And there will always be a few immature seed little flowers right here, and that's okay. You just want to get the majority of them. You'll never get all of them, but if you can get the most of them, that's what the goal is. I'm going to pull these out by hand here. These kind of burst everywhere, so you're probably going to lose some seeds, but that's not a big deal. You're saving money by doing this, so the more you can get the better, but you don't need to be down to the last little seed. Gardening is never about perfection, it's more about the process and getting as much as you can with the space that you have. Okay, that's good enough. Now down here you can see this pile. It's got a lot of seed, and it also has a lot of the chaff and the little things that hold the seeds inside the flower. So first I'm going to pick off all the green parts because we won't use them. Let's pick them up, set them aside. Okay. Now I'm going to gently blow on it. Yeah, the blowing does blow away the seeds, but for the most part it's going to blow away the parts that you don't want, which is the brown stuff here. I'm noticing that this part is a little bit, this way is a little bit messier than I would like, but it'll be fine. There'll be a few more brown pieces than seeds, but these will still be very viable come next spring. And I'm back with a standard kitchen strainer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold up this paper and put all the seeds and the chaff inside this bag, and then I'll dump the bag back into the strainer and sift it and see if just the seeds come out. You're watching this learning process. I really didn't prepare too much for this. I wanted to do it myself and see what I could come up with. Put this bag right over here. Do it very carefully. Just try not to lose everything. That worked like a charm. And now I'm going to go ahead and pour this back into the strainer, and hopefully just the seeds pop out. Here, I'll do it so you can see. Yep, it's empty. Let's shake it. Oh yeah, it's working wonderfully. So you can see I'm tapping it. You can see the chaff on top, and I shake it, and most of the chaff and the fluff is staying in the strainer, and just the seeds are coming out. This is perfect. So shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. You can sing if you want. You don't want to hear me singing, but put a soundtrack on and have a little fun right here. So yep, most of the seeds are out. Oh, I'm very, very happy with how well that worked. I'm going to set the chaff aside in a different bag, and I will throw it into the compost later. There are a couple seeds still stuck down here. Just rub it off. Oh. And I'm very happy with the amount of seed I collected here. That was from just one lettuce plant, and you can see how much I got. I would say that even with a little bit of fluff that's still here, it's at least 2 packets worth from one plant. If you buy a standard packet of seed from the store, you'll have roughly, I would say, maybe this much seed in it, roughly this much seed in it, which plants about 3 or 4 small rows. But this is getting a lot, so I'm very happy with this. I could have seed for years from this. And next year when I plant it, I really won't have to worry about overplanting. I can just plant kind of willy-nilly, and I don't have to worry too much about saving money because this was essentially a penny. And then for storing it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put it into a standard letter size envelope. You can reuse envelopes you have, just make sure that you can seal it when you're done. So I'll just put it in here. Another option is if you have little tiny jars, you can use jars to store it. The key to storing seeds is to keep them free from water. You want to store them in a cool, dry place. So whatever you have that facilitates that is the best way to store seeds. You can actually get fancier seed storage bins, but I don't have those yet, so I'm just using what I have. There we go. I'm not done here, so I'm not going to try to get everything. But here you go. You can see I've got these seeds, and I'm going to go ahead and harvest the rest of them. I think I might just try a little bit different method. Now that I know that using this strainer works, I don't need to be as careful with the seed heads, so I will try to do it faster this time. Let's see. See, I've got this giant one right here. I like lettuce seeds. They're actually kind of pretty, so I don't mind leaving them in the garden. So I'm just gonna tap it and rub it like crazy. I'm back. I didn't realize that I didn't show you a close-up of these lettuce seeds. So you can see all the white here, those were the flowers. And if you get up close, I will pick one off. Right here. This one is very mature. And you can see the fluff on there, and then way down at the inside is the seed. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out for you right here, and these black things are the seeds. So that is what we are harvesting. What's really nice about harvesting lettuce is that it's a huge payoff, and I will have enough seed to hopefully get me through winter. I'm going to experiment with some winter plantings both inside and outside, and if everything works out, I should be able to have lettuce all year round except for the hot summer months. When it gets too hot, lettuce goes bitter really fast, and that's what happened this year. I planted this in the beginning of April, or no, it was middle April, and it was almost too cold then. Lettuce can grow fine when it's chilly, but it just didn't grow quickly. And then we had maybe a month or two of just, not a month or two, a week or two of standard spring weather where it grew and I was able to harvest it. And then it got hot right away and it went bitter. So that is why my lettuce harvest wasn't up to what I was expecting. my plans for the winter are to try and see if I can get a cloth to cover it. So I will plant it outside in September or so, and then as it gets closer to frost, I will buy some hoops and a cover and see how long I can extend the growth throughout the winter. I'm also going to try growing some inside a bag of soil with a top made out of a clear tote, which should give it a little bit more warmth, and see if I can grow some closer to the door rather than way out in the garden. And the third way I might try is towards the dead of winter. I'm planning on ordering a grow light, and I'll see if I can grow them inside. So this is a good way to experiment with free seeds. So if it doesn't work out the way I planned, it's no real loss of money. Another note, the best time to harvest lettuce harvest the seed is in the evening, because it's had all day to dry out from the morning dew. And obviously during a dry day. You don't want to harvest on days where it's rained, because they will probably not have dried out enough. And if you have wet seeds, they can mold and go bad over the winter. So you want to make sure they're nice and dry. Okay, I am done with the Bibb lettuce that I harvested today. So let's go ahead and put this one in the bag. It's a lot more than last time, so we need to be a little more careful. Oh no, here comes the wind. It's also a danger. Don't do this outside if it's windy, because you'll lose most of your seed. So here, I've got this here, and then we'll go ahead and put it inside the bag. So I'm done harvesting the Bibb lettuce. As you can see, I've got quite a bit. This will definitely last me throughout my winter experiments, and hopefully it will last me for next spring's planting. I will be posting videos throughout the winter to update you on how that is going. And now I'm going to go ahead and harvest the leaf lettuce and show you what that looks like. And here is the leaf lettuce. This doesn't really have a cultivar name on it. It came in a packet of mixed leaf lettuces. So it came with green leaf and red leaf lettuce. So I really couldn't tell you the name of it. Someone who knows more about lettuce than I do could probably tell. But this looks a little bit different because it is a white seed. So here's the seed right here. Focus on that. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell, but it's a white seed, so it looks different from the black Bibb lettuce seeds. As you can see, harvesting lettuce is very easy and anyone can do it. And lettuce is actually one of the easiest things to grow too. So even if you don't have much space and you've always wanted to try and grow something, lettuce is one thing you can plant to see the whole life cycle of a plant, and you can save the seeds for next year. And that's today's video. I went ahead and sealed up the Bibb lettuce packet. But before I seal up this one, because it's a different seed, I'm going to mark this with the name of the plant and the year that it was harvested, so I will know what's inside. You always want to label your seeds before you seal them up permanently, because you will not be able to tell come a month or 6 months when you go ahead and want to use your seed. And it's also a good way to keep tabs on what you already have. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.